everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog. I'm back with a new game review. This time I'm reviewing the just released Friday the 13th, the game. That's right, I've been waiting for this game for a long ass time. And whenever you really stop and think about it, through all the pantheons of every single movie series, you gotta think hands down, the best killer, without a doubt, has always been Jason Voorhees. There's never been anybody else in any of the movies out there that holds a candle to him, and I cannot wait to play it on my new gold PS4. The fuck, I thought I heard something. Anyways, let's get to that video. Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a new game review. This time I'm reviewing Friday the 13th, the game. It was developed by Elphonic and Gunmedia and published by Gunmedia and was released on Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, and Microsoft Windows on May 26th of 2017. It is an asymmetrical survival horror multiplayer game where one of you plays as Jason and 7 other people will play as different camp counselors. It's a semi-open world style game. I mean, it is pretty open, but there are some aspects to it that will kind of force you into an area. Like a good example is Jason can actually go into the water and teleport around there pretty quickly, while if you're a camp counselor, you can go into the water, but it's not really recommended unless you have a boat. It was started as a crowd-funded Kickstarter campaign back in mid-2015, and it was originally called Summer Camp Slasher Volume 1, but was able to acquire the Friday the 13th license and went on to raise right around $2.1 million, and it runs on the Unreal Engine 4. They were even able to get the original composer, Harry Manfredini, to come back and do the music, and Kane Hodder, who played Jason in several of the original movies, came back to do the motion capture as Jason. Now, overall gameplay-wise, the main locations in the game currently are Higgins Haven, Packanack Lodge, and of course Camp Crystal Lake. There are right around about 15 different weapons in the game and 11 different camp counselors, including Tommy Jarvis, which was from one of the movies, but you have to do certain things to unlock them. Like you end up having to call him on the radio, and if you're able to get a hold of him, one of the camp counselors who's been killed will come back and play as him, and he has a shotgun that is insanely powerful, but he only has one shotgun shell in it. There are a total of 7 different Jasons in the game. There's one from Part 2, Part 3, Part 6, Part 7, 8, 9, and a special pre-ordered bonus Tom Savini designed Jason. That's basically to give back to the backers on Kickstarter. That's really the only way to get the Tom Savini character. I'm pretty sure eventually down the road they might open it up to buy for people, but right now it is exclusive to just the kickback, the Kickstarter backers. PS4, if you bought this game right now, you do get like a dynamic theme for your PS4 system along with it, so it's really not that bad. Now, overall, Jason has different abilities. He has Morph, which allows him to instantly teleport to any location on the map. Of course, it does have a cooldown. He has Rage. Once he's able to get Rage, he'll be able to break through doors, fences, and pretty much just walk right through shit. I mean, so if you're wanting to scare people and just bust through the wall, you can, as long as you have Rage fully charged up. If not, you'll have to hack and slash to get through walls and stuff like that. But in the long run, it's not bad because it does scare the camp counselors and allow you to actually see them better, because the more they're scared, the more you see them. He has Sense, which pretty much shows noise being made by camp counselors as a red glow on your screen. It naturally does have a cooldown effect as well. And I've noticed if the camp counselors stay perfectly still and quiet and are in a good hidden location and like lights and stuff, you won't see them. So it is kind of tricky if they're good at hiding. Shift is another ability which allows you to turn into a mist and fly through the area, similar to the camera in The Evil Dead. You can zip around and move around and stuff like that. It's kind of a trick figuring out how to use it, because the one analog stick you use to actually move the camera, they help you move around. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually a very, very cool way of getting through the level very, very fast. Naturally, it does have a cooldown as well. Then you have Stalk, which allows you to get closer without alerting the players, which I have found I haven't used at all. I really don't use it. Then you can also set traps throughout the game. Basically, right now they just have bear traps, which can be used by camp counselors as well as Jason. Now, when Jason uses them, I notice he covers them up with leaves to where the camp counselors don't see them, to where if you place them like near like a door and you lure them in, it'll grab them and allow you to sneak up and grab them and pretty much kill them pretty quickly. Now, you also get throwing knives, and they're only used by Jason, and only part 6 Jason actually starts with them. You can actually find them throughout the game worlds as you search, but only part 6 will actually start with throwing knives. But on the downfall, that particular Jason is really, really slow. Jason starts with them, like I said, but they're kind of hidden in really odd locations. Now, the overall gameplay is the counselors basically just try to survive and escape. Now, to escape, you can either find gasoline and a car battery to fix the car, and it'll have this little meter that will appear, and depending on your camp counselor's ability to fix things, it can make it easier or harder depending on what their level is. And it'll be like a little dial on the screen, and you got to hold the button down to charge it up, and as it's charging up and gets into certain areas, it'll have button prompts that'll ask you to do in a certain order. Like R1, triangle, and so forth. And if you actually are able to do that without Jason appearing and killing you, you'll be able to put the gas in the car and also a battery in the car and be able to fix it. Now, keep in mind, once you actually put gasoline and a battery in the car, you still need the car keys to get in it to drive away. You can also do the same thing with a boat. You'll have to find a battery for the boat and also a propeller for the boat. And the same thing goes with that as well. Now, there's also the ability that if you're able to find a radio, you can actually call in the police. Once you get to the point of actually calling in the police, it will appear at the top of the screen a timer before the police arrive. Once the police arrive, then whatever camp counselors are still alive, if you're able to get to one of the exit points, that's how you can actually escape. Now, it is right now only an online game, but it will get a single-player objective-based game with missions added from the movies, which will be really cool later this summer near the end of the year. They originally tried to get that on Kickstarter, but they did not raise enough money, but they're go ahead and doing that anyways, what I think is really, really great. Now, all in all, the price of the game is a bit pricey. They are asking $40 for the game right now, and it is currently a digital-only download. They will have a physical copy version at a later date, which they will charge a whopping $60 for. Now, keep in mind, this game, even though it is released, it is still pretty much in its early version. It only has 3 levels to play through, and it is really bare bones as we speak. So right now, I don't really think it's worth the $40, and I understand why they're charging it, though. Gunmedia needs to charge the extra money so they're able to pay for the single-player campaign and all the other stuff they plan to add. Now, most of the other stuff that they add will be free, so that will be pretty damn nice. Now, as you play the game, it pretty much each match can last anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, and that's, of course, if you don't get killed. If you're a camp counselor and Jason kills everyone, then the match ends. If you're able to escape, the match ends, or if the timer runs out, then pretty much whoever's still alive escapes, and Jason will go back to his house. Now, there are multiple Jasons in each one, and each of the counselors do have different stats and abilities. Some of the counselors will be faster at running while have a lower fear, while others will be better at fixing stuff and some of them can run faster and so forth. And it's the same thing with Jason as well. Some run faster, some don't run at all. Some get throwing knives, others get certain weapons and stuff like that. Now, as you progress through the levels that consist of just killing or surviving, you will get experience points, which you then can use depending on if you are a camp counselor or Jason Voorhees on upgrading your character. Everything from once you progress in levels, you'll unlock new characters that you can play as, and with the experience points you can use to buy new moves for Jason and new pretty much abilities for each camp counselor. Now, like I said, the camp counselors suffer from fear in the game. Now, certain counselors, to avoid the fear, you want to be in bright lit places, hide from Jason Voorhees, and also the level will go down on your fear if you successfully do stuff like fix the car and stuff like that. Now, if you're in the dark or if Jason actually takes the lighting out of an area, that will actually increase your fear, which will actually show you on the map easier for Jason to find you, which is pretty damn cool. I thought was really neat. Now, as for each camp counselor, you do get 3 different perks that you can set for each camp counselor as you go along, and you can do this ability to randomly pick one with your experience points, and if you don't like it, you can keep picking again until you get one that you like. Now, I have currently in this early version of the game had some issues with it messing up. I've had to actually go and actually reset the game. It does have some issues with it currently. It does have some janky animations. I have had slowdown, screen tearing, overall missing animations. I've had it to where pretty much I kill somebody and it doesn't even show the animation. But keep in mind, this is an early build built by a very small group of people, and all in all, it is still a pretty damn fun game. Yeah, I was kind of worried when it first came out that I wouldn't like it, that I would get bored with it really quick, because you kind of have people comparing this to Prey. No, I'm sorry, not Prey. But games like, I forget the name of it, but fuck, it ain't Prey. But, as you go along, you think it's bare bones and you only do the same thing repeatedly over and over again on 3 maps, which is true. But so far, I find it quite invigorating. If you're actually a camp counselor, it's actually quite frightening when you actually start hearing that classic Jason sound, because you know he's sneaking up to kill you. And actually, it can be quite frightening, and it's very empowering being Jason as well. He is severely overpowered, and people have complained that he kind of teleports around with some of his moves. But let's be honest, if you watch the movies, he did that in the damn movies too. In this game, it's done in kind of a cool way. If you're a camp counselor, it'll have like almost like this VHS mess up like glitch on the screen, and he can teleport right in front of you. And like I said, when you play as Jason and he has his 4 different abilities, one of them lets you move around the map. The other one will actually light up a cabin that someone's in, or as you can see here, you can plainly see that this guy's hiding in a bush. And it does have like certain death kill animations. If you happen to be near it, you actually see an icon on screen. If you take the camp counselor there without them escaping your grasp, you can do a time-sensitive, super kill. And that's also along with the abilities that you unlock. All in all, it is a very entertaining game, and I'm actually happy to say, other than the fact of the massive server issues that they're suffering on the day of launch, and the fact that they were actually able to actually have cross-server play between PC, Xbox One, and PS4, which is a first. It's not that bad once you can get past the wait time, and hopefully that the server will allow you on. And the best thing of all is make sure that you have the voices turned on so you can hear everyone talking, because there's nothing quite like the fact if you're Jason and someone's begging you for you to save their lives. It's fantastic. All in all, I have to say though, the game currently in its current state, I do not think is worth the $40. So the way the way I view these games is, should you buy it, should you rent it, or should you pass on it? Naturally, you can't rent it because it's digital only right now. So that kind of limits your abilities. You either have to buy it or pass on it. And right now, despite the fact this game is fun, unless you are a diehard fan or a backer of the Kickstarter, I recommend you pass on it right now. Wait until they have some updates that will actually kind of straighten things out in terms of balance and also add new levels and new abilities, because because currently right now in its state, it is still a very bare bones game, and I do not think it warrants the $40 price tag. This is Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thank you for everyone who subscribes to my channel. I want to say thank you for everyone who watches this video. Please leave a comment below if you actually think this game was worth the wait, or if you think it is total garbage. And once again, I got to end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.